Okay, well, maybe we should record this episode about medication because clearly we're not medicated.
Welcome to Real Zeal, a podcast like no other, brought to you by yours truly, Trish Burke.
And James Burke. ADHD is loud, proud and unfiltered.
We are absolutely honoured to bring you all the topics, big to small and everything in between, in a way that is honest, truthful, with a veil of compassion, all in the name of ensuring everyone feels heard and validated.
We can't wait to host a myriad of guests that will blow your mind, and we're going to have candid conversations that will absolutely knock your socks off.
So get your tissue box ready for the tears that you might shed. Pad up because you're going to piss yourself laughing.
Strap yourself in and get yourself ready for some real zeal.
He's poising.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Real Zeal with your laughing host, Trish Burke.
And your not laughing host,
Trying
James
not
Burke. Okay, now he's laughing. This is great. We're trying something new, people.
I've never done the intro before. It's weird. I don't know what to say.
He feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like wearing wet socks.
Yeah.
Was it like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, maybe we'll go back
all
to the
sorts
old
of
way.
sensory
Do we need to cut and recut?
No, this is perfectly fine.
This is exactly what Real Zeal's all about,
This
everyone.
is completely unfiltered ADHDers at their best.
It is at their best and at their unmedicated, which lilts us straight into our topic of today.
Yeah. I only put two and two together when you literally said that about 30 seconds ago. I was like, oh, that's why things are feeling a bit like this because, oh yeah, it's past 9 o'clock at night when we're recording and all my meds have gone from my system. We're talking about meds today. We're talking about ADHD medication and to med or not to med.
That is the question.
That's it.
And it is the age-old question I get in the clinical space at work
Oh, yeah, you
from
would.
parents
Yes.
a lot. A lot of fear around, is medication going to change my little person?
Are they going to get addicted to it?
Oh my word. It is a complex space and it's an uncertain space to traverse.
Yep.
I've heard of parents that have taken the ADHD medication before giving it to their child just to see what it would be like. I'm not really sure how that theory of mind works.
I mean, it may be one way for them to realise that they are also ADHD as well, if it also does something for them.
But also the dosage would be wrong for them.
That's true.
Two, you need to find the right fit of medication for yourself.
That's true.
So there's a little issue with that.
Yeah, but you've heard the stories of like college kids trying Dexies at parties and going, oh, instead of getting all hyped up and everything just went nice and calm and maybe I should go and get checked out.
Yeah, I've heard those stories. Also heard stories of, well, this is not ADHD medication, but partners wanting to share in the contraceptive responsibility and alternating who takes the oral contraceptive pill. Obviously, that was not effective. A baby was born 9 months later, and they were surprised that it was not an effective measure of birth control. Burkie's never heard this before. He is laughing his head off. It's true. There are innocently, naively beautiful couples that have gone in and gone, we don't know how this happened. We're on birth control. And then the clinician had the wisdom to be curious about, talk to me about the we in this.
Yeah.
Oh, we take turns. She takes it one day, I take it the next.
My goodness.
Bless. That's not going to work
For anyone.
with birth control.
No.
That's not what we're talking about.
We're not
But
talking about
yes,
birth
to
control.
med or not to med is the big question. We're going to do a deep dive because both of us as late diagnoses ADHDers, part of that,
37 Club.
yes, we feel wise because we are now seeing the light.
Because we're old and 40.
Also because we're now 40. Old is very
Subjective.
subjective. I feel youthful. Burkie feels youthful. We still laugh at smutty jokes like grade 5 boys.
It's true.
So we really have not grown up, and we are very relatable to our teenage kids' friends
Yep.
because we are young at heart and in our brains.
Yes.
Maybe our frontal lobes are still not developed.
I don't think mine has ever come in, to be honest.
Well, it's okay. We all know that the frontal lobe takes to about the age of 25 to fully develop.
But it is also supposed to be later in neurodiverse people, right?
Yes, and if you're neurodivergent, it can take longer and maybe never fully arrive to full completion.
I mean, I feel like I can make responsible decisions. I just don't feel like I'm ever mature.
Well, I can be mature and I can dress mature, but that is the masking.
It's a choice,
that
yeah,
we talked
exactly.
about like 2 episodes ago.
Yes.
Masking being whole costume attire sometimes.
That's it, yes.
But medication has been a part of both of our late diagnosis journey.
Yep.
I know that I wanted a formal diagnosis so that I could pursue taking medication.
Yep.
because I needed help, man.
Yeah.
I needed a leg up that was bigger than just a little bit of camaraderie from my friends cheering me on.
I was like, I was staring down, like having zero executive function and like sitting all day at my desk staring at my screen to try and send one like 2-line email, and I knew exactly what I had to type out. Could I make myself literally just type the 2 lines and press send? Nope. Could not do a thing. Literally would just spend the day sitting there staring at it.
ADHD paralysis is a real thing, and I think we could legit do a single episode on all of the little ADHD traits, quirks, perks, not so perky perks.
There are some perks, but
definitely. I mean, like, I can clean the house top to toe if you tell me you're rocking up in 10 minutes, and it will look impeccable.
So good.
But if I had a cleaning roster, it ain't happening. That's why I have a cleaner. You dropped your
dropped
ball.
my ball.
Again.
That's right. I still have my pair, just not the spare.
Pair and a spare is vital. You've now converted me to these magnetic balls. They are the Specs balls. They come in different textures. Mine are sort of pink and jubbly, like those little things that come in the milk cartons, but are lollies that you had as a kid from the milk bar.
Come in the milk cartons?
They came in like a miniature milk carton.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're like berry flavoured. You didn't have those lollies and you went, I'm going to find a picture. We're going to put the picture up somewhere in
It'll
here.
be right here.
Yeah, and you'll see it.
But you have to find the picture because I don't know what you're talking about. So
They
I'm not
look
gonna
like
be able to
these
do
balls. Oh, shit,
Okay,
I've
you
lost
dropped your
the ball. Okay, well, we've now clarified that the medication is out of our systems. Medication can be really, really helpful for those that have got ADHD-wired brains.
Yep.
Because we need stimulants to help us. Now, that sounds really weird because we also seem like we are very overstimulated and jittery and bouncy, and there's a lot of energy.
There's a lot of ball dropping.
And a lot of ball dropping, a lot of clumsiness, and a lot of...
And yeah, like if you're watching the YouTube, you can see that both of us are literally sitting here.
Did you just say the YouTube?
The YouTube. I do.
He's old, he's 40, he's
I've turned
using
40.
geriatric terms.
Yeah, I'm using your terminology now that I've turned 40. But yeah.
Stopped.
You've trained yourself.
Yeah,
Good
I'm
work.
trained like a good puppy.
Nice. Good. But yeah, if you are watching on YouTube, we will see that the entire time we've been talking, we have literally, our hands have not stopped moving, fidgeting with our fidgets. It just doesn't
But we
stop.
are both sitting in chairs, which actually can signify that, yeah, you're like, oh no, you're not climbing bookshelves, Trish and Burkie. Like, clearly
Take these
you're
away from me,
okay,
you'll
but
see
if you
what
take
happens.
these away, there might be some sort of
bookshelf right
skin
there.
destruction on my fingernails.
Yeah.
No fingernails. All the hangnails that might have been around my
Gone.
nail beds are gone. And bleeding. Not good. Yep, skin picking could be a thing.
Yep.
A lot of fidgeting.
So, medication.
Thanks for bringing us back.
I'm bringing us back because the reason we're appearing like this is because we take our stimulants in the morning.
Yes.
It's now not the morning. It's now 9:15 p.m. as we're recording
My
this.
stimulant medication starts to peter off well and truly by 2:30 p.m.
Yeah, I get to about 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm actually later these days because I sleep.
So you take yours later?
Take mine later.
Okay.
And so I get to about dinner time and then
Okay. And then the taper. So there's slow release medication that sort of goes longer over the course of the day. So
that's what I'm on.
that's what I'm on as well. And then there's short acting. So there's long acting and short acting.
Yep.
The short acting is usually sort of a 3 to 4 hour window. People metabolize at different rates. So you also need to work out, once you start taking medication, if you go down that path, how long it sits in your system for, and at what timings you need to do an overlay to top up if you're on short acting. So you can't just go, the packet says 4 hourly, it lasts for 4 hours. You could have a really fast metabolism and it's out of your system in 2.5 hours or 3, and it means you have to take the other tablet half an hour before to allow it to ramp up and take over from the other one. So long acting has its benefits as well, but stimulant medication, okay, I'm going to go back on a little theory here.
Go for it.
In the olden days, or maybe in the country, who knows?
Okay.
There are some parents that say, oh, like my kid's just a very energetic kid and I just give him coffee
Yeah.
or Coke,
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, as an option
Not
to
cocaine.
help to calm and focus them a little bit. Stimulant medication is essentially helping to stimulate the brain, but actually help to rein in the focus
Yep.
and put in a bit of tunnel vision, I guess, instead of being like eyes wide open to everything that can pop into the brain.
Yep.
So that's a really interesting thing because before I started taking meds, I met my gorgy husband, Tim, and he is a coffee connoisseur of sorts. He roasts his own beans. He makes...
Roast his own beans?
Yeah, not all the time.
Okay.
Just when
he feels like it?
When the dopamine drops.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Or when the beans arrive.
No. Yep.
Or when we haven't forgotten to order more.
Yep.
But he does roast his own beans, and he would routinely, when we first got together, make me a coffee in the morning.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, well, I'm actually pretty good until that coffee wears off. And then I'm like, oh, the scatterbrain's creeping in and the difficulty focusing is creeping in, which is why a lot of people, multiple coffees across the day. And I'm not saying that if you're addicted to coffee that potentially you're an ADHDer, maybe you are, but or caffeine in a different format like Coca-Cola, any of the other caffeinated drinks. Guarana, a bit different. So those energy drinks, bit of a different effect. But some people self-medicate with caffeine as their stimulant input.
Hello, my father.
Burkie is not,
and his father.
Burkie is not greeting his parents and grandparents on the airwaves.
So, I mean, this is one of the things we know about ADHD is that it's
a family.
Hereditary.
It's in the line.
And my dad, who is nearly 86, he'll be 86 next month, bless his socks, now would, readily says, oh yeah, if I was around in this, not around, but, if I was born in this day and age, I would get diagnosed as ADHD, just like you.
Well, that's affirming.
Which is really, that's amazing. It's yeah.
My dad said something to the same effect.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. And then his dad was obviously where he got it from as well. And my pa used to drink 27 cups of tea a day.
I'm sorry, what?
27.
Is that Malaysian though?
No.
Like sweet tea?
No, this is my Aussie pa.
Oh.
Yeah, 27 cups of tea from the teapot every single day.
Oh my word!
Me thinks he was using caffeine to
help regulate.
Yeah, to help regulate
the thinking. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. If you're in a culture that has a high intake of tea, sweet tea, caffeine, all of those things, potentially that might be masking some neurotype of the sparkly brain variety.
Yes. Yep.
How exciting!
I know. I was the same. I used to drink a lot of coffee. I would actually love to still drink a lot of coffee, but unfortunately, in my situation, my stimulant meds for ADHD interact a bit with the coffee, so I can't have too much coffee now and have my stimulant meds. It actually makes my heart rate get a bit too...
Yeah.
So it's not like it's just we've chosen to magically take a tablet that's going to make life better or anything like that. I had to give up some of my coffees each day for that tablet. And I'm a bit sad about that. But then I've
Think of the savings.
Well,
maybe I shouldn't be pitching it that way.
No. Yeah,
sorry
but that was it. Like, I didn't put it together when I used to drink, 3, 4, 5, sometimes cups of coffee a day kind of thing. Or even just like, I can have a coffee at 8 o'clock at night and it doesn't affect my sleep whatsoever. I can have a coffee and then have a nap in the afternoon. And
I can drink a can of Coke and legit fall straight asleep.
Yeah, it's amazing,
and
isn't it?
Everyone in my family just look at me like I'm kind of superhuman.
Yeah.
And that is the gift
That is the
of
gift.
the ADHD.
Yeah.
So if you can do that, potentially that is a diagnosis Diagnosis in a can.
Oh, that'd be really cool. Yeah.
Oh, let's market that.
Let's do that.
Maybe we'll get rich.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can talk about that
We'll
after the episode.
Bags it first. You can't take the idea.
We just shared it with them, man. Who's going to take our idea? The gremlins of the interwebs?
Yeah.
Interweb waves.
Yeah. Who knows?
Oh, man. We didn't even put the side quest light on for
That's
that.
it. Anyway, do you know what the medication does?
Do I know what it does?
Yeah. How does it actually help us? Do you know how that works?
Yeah.
Can you explain that for us?
Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, sorry.
Cool.
This is a discussion.
Yeah, this is a discussion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Remember how we do like a podcast where we talk about things for
I thought
their
you were
benefit?
just testing me. And I was like, yeah? Yeah? Oh, you want to know about that? Gotcha. Great question, Burkie.
Thanks.
So, medication, there are a few different types of medication that support ADHDers. Stimulant meds, which help to rein in the focus, and sometimes they use depression and anxiety medication as well, or steroid medication, which has a similar sort of effect on the brain. It depends on what else is going on in terms of your neurobiology and in terms of any other sort of neurodivergence that might be at play as well. So a really important medical history is part of that diagnostic process to ensure that your treating physician can actually find the right fit medication for you. And this is a big thing when parents ask me, I don't want medication to dull my child's personality. If you find the right fit, it actually doesn't change your personality. It just helps to slow things and focus things in the brain enough that they can actually be within the world, connect with others, connect with what they're doing, connect with where they are in a meaningful way.
That's it.
If you're a bull in a china shop in your mind or with your body or both at the same time, it's really difficult to connect meaningfully with a task or with a person or with an environment in a meaningful way. And so my big thing when I'm talking about this with other families, and not just from my own experience, but actually saying, hey, there's a lot to learn in this world. And if you are constantly battling with trying to keep your thoughts on track, you're spending so much energy doing that it actually burns you out before you're even halfway through the school day.
100%.
Or the uni day or your adult working day.
Yep. Or family life or doing absolutely anything.
And that's where a lot of late diagnoses individuals or even earlier than that, we're talking like that pre-teen, you're seeing burnout, you're seeing school can't, you're seeing things like that presenting, and that's because they're working really hard internally to rein in their thoughts, to stay on one path, one trajectory, to maintain eye contact, be present, listen to the teacher, be with your friends, listen to what their interests are. As an ADHDer, it's really difficult to actually recall, remember, and embed information about not just things you're learning at school or in classes, but actually your friends. And developing meaningful friendships is everything in the teen years.
Oh, yeah.
And so difficulty in that space and withdrawal from social situations and even group situations and group learning becomes a really big highlight of there might be something more at play here for that individual. And it's not just the report card that says blah blah would do better if they focused more and they didn't distract those around them more.
They weren't talking the whole time.
So medication can be super helpful in that way. Sometimes it does take a little bit of try this, that wasn't the right fit, let's try something else. So not just quitting straight away when it's not quite right.
Yeah.
It is tricky for kids because they grow, they have different developmental surges in their growth and in their hormones. And so having regular appointments with your paediatrician, your physicians, to ensure that the dosage is correct is everything. So...
Well, I even remember that from, like, as an adult. So, like, we started on the, start on the low dose and you eventually work your way up. It took us the better part of 4 or 5 months before we got to the dosage that works for me. And it was wild because, like as we stepped up the dosage, and we'd do it for a few weeks at a time, so it wasn't just like, okay, try the next dose for a day and see if it makes any difference. But let your body adjust, see how you go. And it was like, oh yeah, it's working a bit more, and go up a dose, and then all of a sudden I felt like it wasn't working. And then we went up another dose, and just like, oh, now it's really working. And that's where we landed. But it took those 4 or 5 months to actually get there, to go, okay, this is the dose that works for me, and that's most effective and lasts, for what we'd expect for the long-acting, slow-release one.
And stimulant medication can have other physiological input on other areas of the body. So we've touched on heart rate becoming impacted, and this is why sometimes if you drink caffeinated drinks, etc., that can cause an elevation in a heart rate. So very similarly with stimulant medications, it can cause the heart to work harder. So there is close heart monitoring as part of taking stimulant medication, particularly for young kiddos who have got really big outward expression of their ADHD in terms of the movement seeking. Making sure that you've got the right balance for a child, that it doesn't stunt their growth or hinder growth, development, etc. Now, all of those things sound really scary, but clinicians are really excellent at doing that in a graded, slow, gentle way. And also feedback's important. Feedback from parents is important of this is how they're tracking at home, this is what it looks like. Feedback from teachers is really important as well. This is how engagement at school, friendships is looking. Because parents don't get a little fly on the wall experience at school.
Especially when they're teenagers.
Exactly.
You've got no idea what's going on, where they're going.
Zero. Absolutely zero. You just hope for the best.
You just hope they're actually getting there.
And actually not hurting people. But as people with teenage eldest children, I think both of us are genuinely proud of our eldest kids and how they handle themselves, the friends that they're keeping. It's really wholesome, but I think connection is everything. And so especially in the younger years, attention being spread so thinly over many things. And I'm not going to say it's a deficit, it's just a regulation issue with attention.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time. So it can actually really be detrimental for developing meaningful friendships and socially connecting.
Even as an adult, that's something I've had to navigate is realizing that friendships that have fallen by the wayside for whatever reason, I've had to realize and own up to the fact that actually part of a lot of that was me because of my ADHD. And suddenly if I don't see them regularly or they're not in front of me, I maybe tend to forget that they exist.
And it's not that we don't love them.
No.
It's just if, the text messages are not ping-ponging back regularly enough for them to be in the first frame of our phone or first frame of the inbox or, those things, then it's not out of sight, out of mind in the terms that we don't care about them, but it is out of sight. We're looking at whatever's in front of us is actually the shiny thing that we're attending to.
Absolutely. I mean, there's object permanence is something to talk about at some point, but not right now. But it'd be interesting.
There's so much in that space, but I know for myself, I pursued my diagnosis and I now acutely recall in episode 1 of season 2, I didn't fully answer your last question to me. I told you how Tim and I met, but not exactly how we navigated the diagnostic process for me, finding out that I am confirmed an ADHD on paper.
We still got to hear your love story though.
The love story was important foundational information for the world out there. Yes. But part of that, me seeking a diagnosis, was so that I could actually have medication. Now, you might think, Trish, you got to 38 years of age and you hadn't taken any meds, and you must be doing okay because you run a business and you have a family, and you don't see how much I cry in the shower and I yell at people on the road that did nothing wrong. I just, not all the time, but sometimes a little bit maxed out people, okay? Grace and compassion for your co-host.
Yes.
But I wanted to pursue medication so that I could be more effective in the workspace. Not that I wasn't a great clinician.
Yep.
It just, some of the things, the executive functioning barriers were causing problems in terms of efficiently getting things done.
Yeah.
If you stare at your screen for hours going, how am I going to hit send on this email, when you figuratively know all you have to do is click it. Yeah,
exactly.
But you actually, I think I'll just go and look at this, and I think I'll just open that window that I've left open for 3 years and actually check out what's on there now.
Now's the perfect time to do that, right?
Yeah, the procrastination is real. And so to be able to, as what we do know, and I'll backpedal a little bit, what we do know is cognitive load continues to increase as we get older. As we become more independent, as teenagers into young adults, we get more responsibility. Yep. Whether we ask for it or not, that is life.
No choice, buddy.
You got to earn $1 to have the roof over your head. And then, you stack on a relationship in there. You stack on building a family. You stack on carrying the mental load for tiny humans, not just yourself. And all of those things increase the pressure in the headspace. And that's when a lot of the late diagnoses society come out of hiding and go, I need help. It's maxed out. Yeah. And legit, I can't do it anymore. Lots of that. It may appear like mental breakdowns. It may appear like, they've fully lost their noodle and they're no longer the human that you thought they were. Yeah. Overachieving or, subpar achieving, whatever. Well, I'm not pointing at you when I say that. Why did you pull a face? It's like you
started gesturing with the overachieving and subpar achieving. I wasn't sure which way it went.
Oh, sorry. Overachieving and subpar achieving. See, there we go. I shifted it from person to he's overachieving, everyone. He's gloating that I've now elevated him in that space. But no, in all seriousness, we might have appeared like we had it all together in the younger years because there was less pressure. And then as that pressure increased, then we actually realised I need help. And sometimes needing help is, hey, partner, help me, or hey, friends, help me, or parents or friends. But sometimes that are not enough.
Yeah. Like my psychiatrist who did my diagnosis was, she spoke to my mum as part of it, because that's part of it as getting an adult diagnosis, is having some input into the diagnosis side of things, at least here in Australia, to see that it was actually impactful in childhood as well.
Yeah.
To make sure it is actually ADHD, which is not something that you can acquire or grow out of or grow into. It's actually been there the entire time.
It's wiring from the get-go. In utero ADHD.
And so, my psychiatrist spoke to mum, did a session over the phone with my mum, and mum did some questionnaires for her as well. And that was one of the things she was like to go, okay, well, this is why, you were able to function so well at school and everything like that, was because, you had a really structured, I'm trying to not use the word rigid, but a really structured family life that meant that...
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
There was just... there was no choice to forget to do homework or things like that. It just had to get done.
Those parents were on it like a sonnet.
Exactly. And so, I didn't miss stuff at school. I didn't fall behind at school from not doing work and things like that.
Also the guilt of,
Ooh.
imagine if only they knew that you were fraternising with boys. Oh, not you, that was me.
That was you. Yeah. No, I was the lonely nerd kid that didn't have any girlfriends until after high
Nerds
school.
get the birds.
That's true.
Or bird. Just the one that matters.
The nerd got the
best bird.
Yeah, that works.
so
No, that would be giving her surname and details. Doesn't matter. No.
Beth is a doula. The end.
Yeah. Her maiden name was Crow, so I could get the bird. I'm just like, hang on. They know we're married and they know my last name is Burke. That's not hiding anything to tell people what her maiden name is.
Yeah, that's why I was puzzled. I was like, okay, well...
I'm not accidentally doxing my wife on this. Yeah. Anyway.
That was a side quest, which we didn't turn the light on for.
Yeah, we don't have enough headspace to remember to do that at the moment. Tell me about when you first started taking medication and what that was like for you.
You know how they have those movies where the angels go... "Ah"? It was a bit like that.
Really?
A little bit.
Yep.
So, no joke, I was driving to work when I could feel a shift in the way that my thinking was working. And I just was like... Instead of driving and going, oh, look at that. Oh, I need to stop now. Oh, look at that car. That's a funny wheel. Oh, wow. I wonder if they know their tyre's a little bit deflated. Oh, I really need to clean my dashboard. Oh, look at all that dust. Gross. Oh, where's my nail file? Instead of it being like that thought process, I was suddenly like, it's beautiful and sunny today. Pause. The light is green. Pause. And I was like, it was almost like someone had turned off the 20 other radios that were playing in my head, and I just had one channel playing at a time, and I was like, this is one, interesting. Two, if this is what neurotypicals, this is, oh my gosh, how boring was the other part that I thought. Sorry, neurotypicals out there.
Sucks to be you.
Well, that's the only thing I knew. The only thing I knew was 100%. How my brain worked prior to taking medication.
Yeah.
But the ability to go, when I get to work, I need to send this email. I got to work, guess what?
You sent that email.
I opened my laptop. I didn't get distracted by open tabs. I just went into my email thing and I did the email and I sent it off, and then I went, funny that.
Well, what will I do next?
Well, exactly. I was like, the world is my oyster.
I can now do other things on my task list.
Well, that was the thing. I used to write so many to-do lists and then just get freaked out that I didn't know where I put the to-do list. And then that became a problem, or I'd write the same list 7 times in multiple places, and then I couldn't remember which thing I'd crossed off. And so I'd redo a task. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
So this is why I redo washing
Trish,
loads.
why have you invoiced us 7 times for this same session?
I just clicked too many times sometimes. Sorry about that. No, I'm pretty good with that. That's why I have admin support. But and that's what you learn to do as an ADHD. You're like, okay, well, executive functioning is not my forte. I'm going to call in support for that, admin support, life admin support, and having a partner that actually shares the mental load of running a household, being parents together in that space, and actually doing it as a team has significantly lessened my cognitive load. But also taking medication has meant that I can actually tick off things and not start 20 things and not actually complete any of those 20 things until someone is yelling at me with all caps text messages, which is now how I ask people to ask me for things politely with all caps and many exclamation marks. But it works because I need urgency in my brain.
Yeah.
So
true.
that it was literally a hallelujah moment. There was the
Yeah.
singing of the angels, and then, is this how the other half live? Is it a half? I don't know. There's a lot of neurodivergent folk now.
Yeah.
We're taking over, peeps.
There's more than you know.
And if you don't know who it is in your group of friends, it's probably you.
No, if you don't know who it is in your group of friends, it's probably all of you.
Yeah, that's true, because
We flock.
We flock. Neurokin draw to each other like
Yep.
moth to a flame.
Yep, it's true.
Oh, chips.
But you dropped your ball. You dropped your pair, not
dropped
just
mine.
your spare.
But I still have the spare,
That's
but they're a set.
And so for me, it was
Yeah, what was it like for you?
it was,
Tell.
it was the same, but the other way around.
What do you mean? It got noisier?
That's when I noticed that, like, they must be really the meds must be really doing something during the day,
'Cause
because I could remember in the evening as they wore off just the noise coming back into my head and the different multiple trains of thoughts and the songs playing on loop and everything all of a sudden started coming back in. And so it wasn't like
So you didn't notice it taking effect?
I didn't notice it taking effect. And I think part of that was because I was just still doing exactly the same thing every day. I was working from home with my kids at home because
Okay.
it was during COVID.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, literally everything about my day still looks exactly the same. So there wasn't really a huge opportunity for it to manifestly show that I was doing anything different.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, I'm just like, that night I got into the shower and I'm just like, whoa, what's my head doing? And I'm like, oh wow, okay, I can just hear all the compound instead of the, and it was the same thing. And then realized the next day, just like, oh yeah, it is. I can have a thought and I can follow it through and I can do that task and someone can ask me to do something. And I'm like, yep, I'll do that when I finish this. And I finished that. And then I remembered to do the thing they asked. And I'm just like, wow, this is cool.
It's neurotypical privilege.
Yeah, it's a privilege for sure. My goodness. And then, again, at the end of the day, just all of a sudden, the volume starts going up and all the thoughts and the music and the random ads from like 1993 play in my head. And
Marge,
it's
the
what?
rains are in.
Oh, yeah. It's... and
McCain,
so,
corn.
Yep, that's
Sorry
it.
about that.
There's a
Just-
Pantene shampoo commercial that I have never been able to find on YouTube to show
I
anyone.
need more air in my hair.
Yes! My goodness!
Swoosh.
My hair is so flat and open, so I wish I had more air in my
I
hair.
need more air in my hair. There you go. I
No
can
one
do it.
believes me about that ad.
I believe you. I believe. Sorry,
Promise not to smack your hand too hard and hurt it
It
again.
still
like last-
stings, man.
Sorry.
You've got a
I
good strength
get very
in your upper
excited.
body. Is that your hand up arm?
It is my hand up arm, yes.
Tune in to episode 2 for the hand up episode. The strategy of the ADHD is there.
And yeah, and that was that real.
That's
It was
huge.
that hallelujah moment. It was like, oh, it really is quietening down everything else.
Yeah.
And by everything else, it's not like in a bad way. It's just like, I can just it felt like what little ability I had to focus on something, I could then choose what I wanted to use that on, rather than there's so many things competing for it that I
Choice.
couldn't actually choose.
Choice and control.
Yeah. Yes.
What a lovely,
Yes.
lovely thing to have in life. It's agency, really, isn't
It
it?
really is.
So, medication actually can be helpful.
Really can. Yep.
I would like to share
Yes.
that I only take my medication on work days
Okay.
or weekend days where I know that there is a lot required of me headspace wise, mental load wise. So if I'm going from multiple functions to functions,
Yep.
lots of group scenarios where I need to attend, then I will rein in the support of my stimulant medication.
Yeah. Okay.
There is also other options out there now, like things like supplements that have ginseng and magnesium in them. There's quite a lot of different ones out there. I use Vumi, which is powder that you mix in. There's a day one, which is magnesium ginseng combo. Both of things help with brain supporting attention, focus, and also calm. So if you've got the inattentive but also the hyperactivity, it hits both.
Yep.
Which is great. And then, you know, obviously at nighttime, if you've got the zoomies in your brain or in your body, it's really hard to sleep. So magnesium is really, really important in that space.
Yeah.
So Vumi's been something that I use additionally all throughout Monday to Friday, as well as on the weekends. But only on the weekends usually is just the Vumi, the supplement stuff. So, and that
Nice.
works for me.
Yeah, cool.
But the beauty of ADHD medication is that it's not cumulative. It's not like an antidepressant,
Yeah.
anxiety medication. You actually can take it on one day and not take it the next. And it has effect on the day you take it and not the next. So that is another positive around it. It's not addictive in that sense.
And yeah, not require that you're having it every single day for it to continue to have its effect.
Yeah, which is good.
is completely evidenced on the days where I
forgot.
clearly forget to take my medications.
Very ADHD of us.
Very much so. Or, have known that I've needed to refill the prescription.
Oh, man.
And there's been however many notes written around in various places around the house to go and do that, but haven't do that. And then, oh shit, I've got none today. And
that's hard.
Yeah, and this not a fun day. Because I'm just like, oh yeah, right, today I don't know.
Do you have a couple of tablets?
Yeah.
I'm not like a hidden stash. Okay, it is a hidden stash.
It's a hidden
technically.
stash, yeah.
Do you have a hidden
I do have
stash
a
now
hidden
as
stash.
as a backup?
Except I've nearly used them all up now from being like 4 days overdue getting the script last time around. Yeah.
My script reminder came today into my phone, and I moved the script from where I keep the scripts into my bag.
Yep.
Now I'll just carry it around for a week.
It'll be in your bag, yeah.
But at least if I'm near a pharmacy, I could be like, oh, it's in my bag.
Yeah.
Of which I thought about this afternoon when my meds were wearing off. It was a squirrel thought that dissipated and evaporated.
That's the thing, it's just like if you don't have your meds in when you remember you don't have your meds, you're never going to remember to go and get your meds filled.
Yeah, I legit am surprised I don't walk around with stuff stuck to my body. So people go, why do you have a script stuck to your forehead? Why do you have a fork stuck to your arm?
Legit, I am, it has to be visibly in front of me for me to remember to do something.
Object permanence for sure.
Exactly. So I'm just like, okay, so the day, like, I legit only remember to take my meds if they're there next to my coffee machine, because that's the first thing I do in the day, is I get up, turn the heater on, make my coffee.
This is the genius. Not that I'm endorsing Vumi and I'm paid to endorse it. We don't endorse anyone or paid to be.
Until they pay us to.
Happy to be paid. But Vumi actually on their instructional card that you get with the product is actually build it into your routine, because you're not going to remember to take something if you put it in the cupboard. Put it next to your morning coffee if that's what you do first, or put it here or there, or this is how you can incorporate it into your day. So it gives you some ideas, and that's the same with my medication. I put it in a spot that I know that I go to, and I make that part of my routine. Now, when you go away, that is a bit of a ball breaker.
That's when the alarms get set.
That's alarms, or you have a stash in your travel bag or whatever it is.
Or, I'm
Toiletry
camping,
bag.
so it doesn't really matter that I haven't remembered today.
Well, that's the other thing. It's not cumulative, so you don't need to keep taking it to have effect. And you can actually give yourself vacay. If I'm having a sick day at home, I don't take my meds, and I don't panic about like, oh, I've got gastro, but I need to keep something down, like my medication. If you're cactus in your brain physically sick,
You're not going to
doesn't matter, Parramatta.
Exactly. That's it. And it's interesting because I tried having my meds on my bedside table,
Yeah,
and then I just get up in the morning, and the first thing you do is go to the toilet first.
yeah.
So you go to the toilet.
But you don't come back to your
But then I
bedside
don't go
table.
back to my bedside table.
Yeah,
I go out
so
and
that's a not make
day's
sense
gone.
one.
Yeah.
You look at it and then it just,
It's gone.
it's gone.
It's gone.
So having it in a spot that you remember is a really big thing. But I will say, if you're a parent of young kids and you are on the journey of working out what best way to support your child, there is so much to learn in childhood. And being able to absorb that information and apply it and understand yourself and understand how your brain and body works, even to input things within a therapy session with a psychologist or an occupational therapist or a speechy. All of those things are really, really important to take on board. But if you're squirreling, you ain't going to be. There's not much value happening there in terms of
100%.
soaking it all in.
Yeah.
So that's the same in the learning space at school. So and it's also going to start to impact friendships if they're highly impulsive, which a lot of kids are. But if their impulsivity is now creating a barrier to connecting with friends or like staying focused for a football game or a basketball game or dancing lessons, that's when potentially bringing in a little bit of extra support.
This might be the little bit extra they need to help them do the things.
And it's not a forever thing. I know a lot of people that do medication for a short period, and once they feel like they don't need it or they've forgotten a few days during the work week or whatever, and they go, hey, that actually wasn't a negative impact, I can do it.
Sometimes
There's no
you just
reason.
need that support just for a little bit to allow you to build some structures and create some systems that actually work for you.
Yep.
And then you go, actually, no, those structures and systems do work.
Yep.
And I don't actually need now that extra little boost from the medication to be able to do things because the structure's there and it works.
And like we were talking about in our previous episode, having a psychologist or a counsellor, you actually can't still your mind to do those things if your mind is so scattered that you can't actually rein in your thoughts to unpack and actually really delve deep into those things. So in all of that space, medication can be super, super helpful. And when you find the right fit, it doesn't mute a personality.
No.
Although, do you think I'm a different personality?
No.
Okay, this is a bit of a trick question because we had a little bit of a hiatus from pre-diagnosis and then we kind of reconnected post-diagnosis.
Like a nearly 20-year hiatus.
Not full hiatus. There was some tracking on the back end.
Yeah, exactly.
Socially. Social media-wise.
Not stalking.
Not stalking.
No.
No. Consensual lookings.
Consensual social media lookings at each other. Yes.
Oh, jeepers.
But yeah, that's it. It's just like, because now I know you as Trish ADHD.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, yeah. I mean, it's interesting because you still seem very much like Trish that I knew back then.
Well, this is the thing. I haven't really, that old chestnut has not changed a lot. I think I've just peeled back some of the masking layers and actually been more confident in who I am and how my brain works.
Exactly. That's it.
And you have too.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I think you've been the same, and this is why we still BB bounce, even though we are good grown-ups. I was really trying to take it.
I like it. No,
I was matching it, I felt like it was on its own. Yeah, so medication's a really interesting topic. To medicate or not to medicate, it is a question, but I think inviting, especially if you're a parent, inviting your child into those discussions and not saying we are medicating you because you're annoying or you're too busy for us or we don't get you. It's not actually about that. It's about helping them to connect better with the world around them and to learn and to embed things and to embed systems into their daily routines. And finding the right balance can make a great impact. But helping your kids to gain insight as to how it might support them is a really big part of helping them to be an active part of going, hey, I want to take this. And to have some
agency in it
as well. Agency, I'm not being medicated to be numbed out or to be,
Also, I do what mum and dad asked me to do.
Well, yeah, to be more palatable. Yeah. It's not about that. It's actually...
Because look, if there was that was an option, surely we'd all have been medicated a long time ago by our parents, right?
A topic for another podcast, potentially.
We promise this is not going to become the Trish and Burkie drag their parents every episode podcast.
We don't. We're being respectful and we're not digging into that hole. That's deep. Well, we all have things that we see in our past that we think we might do it differently now.
This is part of growing.
And it's also part of knowledge is power. Exactly. What we know now is very different to what we knew when we were kids and what our parents knew raising us. Big personalities. Yeah. So explore, should you wish, with your healthcare professional, if you think that might be something that might be a support to yourself or a support to a loved one or a young one in your world. But as part of Real Zeal, it's actually being really real about we don't do this without help.
Yeah.
We don't do this journey of life without people to talk to or without medication to support our brain function.
Yep.
You would take a Panadol if you saw paracetamol, for those of you out in the world that don't have Panadol, or Nurofen. If we were in pain, you would access pain medication or massage or some kind of relief, right? Yeah. And it's not dissimilar. If you are in headspace, my brain is burning pain. Obviously, if your brain actually feels like it's burning, it might be a tumour. Or maybe go see a doctor, emergency department. Yeah. But if you need support with the way that your thinking works, there is nothing wrong with that. And it doesn't make you a lesser human being.
No.
It's not weakness either. There is nothing about James or I that is weak.
Nope.
We tough. He really does a very strong hand slap, everyone. So this is proof.
I keep hurting her hand when I high five.
My high five is I need to maybe up my game. I will exercise that one up.
It's your left arm you need to do.
Yeah! Oh, I missed it. Yeah. Okay, that was bad. So have a ponder, have a think.
Yeah.
If this is for you, if it sparked questions, please go to your healthcare professional. This is
not doctors.
We are not doctors. This is not our
not big pharma either pushing drugs on you.
No, not at all. But it's about finding what way is going to help you to connect better in this world.
Yeah. And for us, that little bit of help helps.
We all need a little bit of help sometimes.
That's it.
So good. Well, I'm Trish.
I'm Burkie.
And we think you should get yourself Some real zeal. Bye.
Bye.
I slapped my own leg and it hurt. Woo. Did that sting a little bit?
Yes. That hurt.
And it also hurt when I hit myself with the
Oh,
balls.
no.
If you were gay, would you be a top or a bottom? Keep the water in your mouth, Burkie. Would you be a giver or a taker?
Oh, I
Or
don't know.
would you like to mix it up? I guess it's assistive reproductive
Yeah.
technology.
They're inseminating
It's artificial.
the egg.
It's not.
They're doing it, not you.
It's not unartificially.
Natural.
It's naturally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, the opposite of naturally is unnaturally.
Unnatural
They're
insemination.
unnaturally inseminating you.
See, that just
Would your unnatural method of choice be? Would you like a turkey baster? Would you like a pipette?
So what do you say? Hello and welcome to... No? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Well, you can say whatever you
I can
like.
say whatever I like. I can say whatever I like.
Fuck you all. Actually,
that's
no, we
Sarah's
want you
joke.
to
Yeah.
listen, so don't do
We
that.
like you.
We like you.
Just imagine if like there's people having parasocial relationships with us.
Parasocial?
Do you not know about parasocial relationships?
What's a parasocial relationship?
So it's like a influencer or a celebrity or a YouTuber or something like
Yeah.
that. It's just like someone that you follow and you know a lot about their life. So you feel like you're a friend because you know all their
but
stuff.
you haven't actually had
But you've never
DM'd
met
each
them.
other?
You've never met them, and they wouldn't have no idea who you are. And you develop these attachments to people, and that's a parasocial relationship.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
What